Yo, what's going on? Good evening, ladies and gents. You are now
Yes, sir.
to the midweek grind.
It's that grind.
Yes, sir. With my boy Rodney Legendary Brown. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
up,
Y'all
bro?
hit him up at Legendary Raw at Instagram. You also hit me up at Ricky_Fame at Instagram too as well, man. Hey, Rodney, man. It's another week of the midweek grind, brother. I'm so
It's
excited, man.
the
A lot of things to talk about. A lot of things in progress.
grind.
Sports
It's
week.
that grind, bro. You're right, man. Every Thursday, you guys know we on here about 8 o'clock. It's all good though. We here.
Yes.
What's up, bro? It's good seeing you again, my man.
Likewise, brother, man. Getting ready to run it down to you, man. Let's talk about the NBA. You know, we always start off with the NBA. My man Cooper Flag, #1 draft pick, man. What you think about that, man?
You know what? We all knew. We knew he was going number 1, right? So my question is this: he's not going to, because normally when we get a number 1, the way I was thinking about it, we get this number 1 pick, and he always go to like, I guess we can call them the scrub teams of the league, right? So they'll go to like say Washington or something. And I'm not trying to down anybody's team, but we know the low team. But he's going to a team, man, that's already balling. They're just like a year removed from the Western Finals. They got Anthony Davis, they got Kyrie Irving, they got all these. Now, my question is this: is it more pressure on his ass, or is it going to be easier on him coming in the league?
Man, I believe from him trying to replace Luca, which put many of years in to Dallas, blood, sweat, and tears, working their way up to the finals, man. It's gonna be some pretty big shoes to fill. Um, I don't know, man. I just seen, I'm gonna go back to my NBA rig theory, man. I truly believe that the Dallas Mavericks were kind of got the heads up, knowing that they were gonna possibly get the #1 pick to pick Cooper Flag to replace Luca, and that's probably the reason why they did end up hopping up out of nowhere and getting rid of Luca while they could. What you think about that,
That's
Rodney?
good. No, that makes sense though. I mean, like I said, man, I agree with you on that. I think there is some kind of there's some kind of script somewhere. Everything has a script, and I think this is what people don't get. And I'm not just saying even in the NBA. I'm saying all sports. All sports have some kind of script because it is, as far as I feel. And I'm not a conspiracy, but I know in order to run something, especially like fat organizations like that, you know what I'm saying, and corporations like that, you gotta be organized. So you gotta have some kind of idea where you want it to go,
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't know, man. I can get deeper with that shit because I can start talking about like even like the government. There's things happening now that they put in place 50 years ago.
right. Yeah, man. I think, shoot, man. I think there was a type of a heads up thing, that the Mavericks really, kind of knew ahead of time that they were going to, have a really strong chance of getting that #1 pick, the draft pick, man, and then letting go of Luca, man, that was a big deal. That was a surprise the whole league. Um,
Yeah,
so it kind
yeah,
of was like, oh wow, you know what I mean, like a mind blowing situation. Even for Luca, Luca couldn't believe he got traded. He was crying when he heard he got traded. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and I truly believe that they had a heads up on what was going on, and they pretty much knew that they were going to get the #1 pick in draft to be able to draft Cooper Flag. Now, the Spurs had a second pick, and they selected Dylan Harper from Rutgers. He's pretty good. The third draft pick went to the Philadelphia 76ers, and they got VJ Edgecombe from Baylor. Uh,
okay,
Fourth pick went to the Hornets with selecting Khan Campanile, I believe his last name is, from Duke. The
all
drafted a
right,
Duke boy. And finally, last but not least, I just put the top five. The Utah Jazz picked Ace Bailey from Rutgers as well, who played with Dylan Harper from the Spurs, now of the Spurs. Rutgers had pretty good players in college. I watched college all the last few years really closely. Um, these are pretty good players. I think Cooper Flag probably was one of the better picks. Um, in this total draft, but we'll see. There's a lot of pressure on being the #1 draft pick, as you well know. There's been plenty of #1 picks in the league over these years, 20, 30 years, that really didn't pan out. Had a big college career, but didn't pan out in the NBA. So it'll be interesting to see, man.
Definitely.
The next generation of these ball players, man.
You know, and then my thing is kind of like this too. What's Flag really known for? Is he like an all-around player, or is he offense, defense, 3 and D, or what?
Give you some points in the paint, give you some rebounds. He's pretty quick for his size. And he plays a little defense. So he's an all-around ball player. You know what I mean? Unlike Luka, who's only offensive all the way, no defense. I think Cooper Flag is a much more complete ball player.
Okay. All right. I mean, I can see it. They're gonna have a hard time, like you said, or I do believe they'll have a hard time replacing Luka. I didn't even bring that part of it up because who trades a 25-year-old next generational? He's a generational player. You know what I'm saying? Like you just let him go like that. But I think that the fans, hell, if I was a fan, I'd be looking at Cooper as that next dude. So I hope it don't make it too hard on him because he is hella young. Ain't he like, he what, 18, 19?
Yeah, about 19, 20-ish, I think, maybe.
That's a lot of pressure, man. I mean, I hope and I'm not saying he don't got it, but if he's got the mentality like a LeBron or a Kobe, like the mentality, I can come here and play with the big boys, then he's going to be okay.
You know, it's a lot, man, trying to come and compare him to the Black Mamba and stuff, man, you know.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come in as a #1 pick, you're and it's not necessarily comparing them to him, but these cats is #1 picks. And when you, especially at that age, because you got the KGs and your LeBrons and your Kobe's and these cats came straight out of high school, but he's had a year or so in college. But at the same time, that age, and they're looking at you as a generational movement. So it's kind of like Zion. And you see what Zion's played out to be. And Zion's an incredible player. I'm not saying he's not, but he's still living that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to juggle both of them when you're coming from such a young age. And hopefully that he'll get it done. I think he's got the right people behind him. He's in the right spot down there, hopefully. I just wonder about that pressure. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not going to do well, but it might take him a year or two.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it always takes a player coming fresh out of college, man, to really adapt to the game speed and the physicality of the NBA. I mean, you got big dogs in there benching a lot of weight, man, in the paint, and that's where you usually dominated in college, man. But there's some bigger boys in the NBA, man, so he's gonna have to bulk up a little bit, as well as many other players that come in the league. Man, he's got to hit that weight room, bro.
Yeah, and bulk up a little bit. And that's really what it comes down to. They got the right regiments for him, so I mean, he'll definitely be okay. Hey, what you think about well, first of all, what you think about Brooklyn? Brooklyn had 5 picks, and I think without their picks, I don't think their picks like meshed together. And then also like the Kings, man, they didn't have a first-round pick, but they ended up getting Nick Clifford.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. He's a baller. Nick Clifford is a baller, man. I played with him. I picked him on fantasy plenty of times, and he did his thing, man. He's a lot of rebounds. He gets a lot of rebounds. He scores a little bit, but he's more in the paint with the rebounds. And he's a defensive player, man, which the Kings really need, man, right now at this point.
Yeah.
We really need some defense. We need some ball players on the Sacramento Kings that can really actually play on the other side of the ball, other than put up points and score on the offensive side.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, good luck to these young brothers, man. You know, it's going to be a long haul, man. You know, just getting your feet wet in the league, man. So, hopefully everybody catches up to the game speed and, like I said, the physicality of being in the NBA and playing with grown-ass men.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? But
a lot of comes with that. But yeah, good luck to all of them. I think we're about to see a new era, man, in the NBA. That's what I believe. You know,
Yeah.
I think the old guard is out. And then if you notice, it's just like we were talking before, the shift of even ownership is shifting now. So I mean, the Lakers just got sold for an incredible price at 10 bill. Um, the the Celtics got sold earlier this year for 6 bill, and then you had the Hornets, and it's like 4 other teams. You know, they went for 3 bill here, this not, but it's a lot of tech companies that's taking over these
Yeah, man.
teams
Yeah,
and putting this money on it.
that's another thing I noticed, man. There's a lot of teams getting bought by companies, man, versus families now, man. You know, back in the day, it was the families that owned a lot of these organizations, especially, you know, NFL, NBA, everywhere. But now, see, it's kind of changing. It's kind of shifting over to the corporate world, you know.
Yeah,
And then, you
yeah.
know,
You know, they were talking. I had a oh my bad, but I had a client, man, and he was saying that he's the kind of one that brought it up to me. He was sitting in the chair, and I was cutting his hair, and he was just talking. He was like, "Man, you know what I noticed is like," he said, "I kind of noticed it around Mark Cuban when Mark Cuban left." He said that was like a big like because he's one of those. He was one of that generational before. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that big money coming in that everybody was kind of surprised that he got a team. And he
right.
said when he sold, it kind of reminded me of that shift. Like now it's all shifting to corporations. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even trip off of that because Jordan got rid of his majority stake. Uh, the Bus family got rid of their majority stake. It is a shift going on. And then now, not just with that, but it's a shift with the damn league. If you notice, you know what I'm saying? It's way more open. We're getting way more European players. All of these things are making a big change. So I think the NBA is really, really opening up. And I also been noticing they've been talking about expansion when it comes to they talking about expanding to 2 more teams. That's what they
Okay.
were been testing all this stuff on. So
Oh,
and
wow.
then you know they got NBA Africa, NBA Europe now. So
Yeah,
and
man.
we'll
So
talk about some NBA Africa next
corporations, you know,
week.
at first, these corporations were like actually building stadiums for these teams. You know, you got the SoFi Stadium, you know, out there in LA. You know what I'm saying? Along with many other corporations taking over um, and building stadiums and brand new stadiums, furnishing new stadiums. Um, so they kind of slid their way in a little bit at a time over these last few years, I noticed.
Right.
So a lot of corporations taking over, but they got the big money, man. They got the money to actually pay
Yeah.
these multi-million-dollar contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That these players are getting, man. They're getting broke off, man. Like I can't believe the Giants when they picked up Rafael Devers, man. They still had $300 million to pick up on his contract. And they picked it up like that, like a snap of a finger.
I'm telling you, man, it's every sport now. And the Giants been balling this year. I mean, you know, as far as compared to what they did last year, and I think Posey got a lot to do with it. And I think the whole staff has a lot. And like you said, they just pick up a hitter. Like you got some power in the building now. The pitching ain't bad. I do. Hey, before we keep going, I do want to say what's up to Mr. Leonard Brown. What's up, Leonard? Um, I want to say what's up to Mr. Johnson. What's happening down there in they're down there in the valley part of California too.
What up?
But yeah, the Giants are doing good. Between them, the Padres and the Dodgers, man, it's going to be a tight squeeze. And I think what the Padres and the Giants have to remember is the Dodgers really, really start playing after the break.
Yeah, they do. They really catch fire towards the end of the season, getting ready for October. They always do that every year, man. They kind of keep themselves at bay for a while, keep themselves in contention. You know, between the number 3, you know, between the 1 and 3 slot. They never let it get too out of hand to where they had to come back too much, you know, to get the number 1 slot or get in number 2 to
Right.
hit the playoffs. So you know, it's just gonna be interesting to watch and see. You know, I'm a Giants fan, man. So you know, we needed Rafael Devers, man. You know, we need some more bats, man. We need some more scoring.
They definitely do. Mr. Brown said money in sports is way crazier now than it was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Which is,
absolutely.
and you know, they're throwing the perfect example of that is if you look at college ball now. Not, and I'm not saying I've always thought that like college players, y'all should have been getting paid, but now
Right.
they got these NIL deals, man, and the universities they can individually but pay
But
these players accordingly to how they feel like they're performing. So it's kind of like professional sports. So this is something else that we kind of talked about too, Rick, and we'll just bring it up real quick, 2 or 3 minutes, but do you think that now with the NIL able to be able passing this law and the governing bodies passing this law that each university can handle their own finances, that they're able to pay these players accordingly, that
man,
students will stay in school a little bit longer and they'll affect them going into the pros?
man, keep it real, man. These colleges been had the money to do this.
Yeah, they've been having, we know that. We
You
all
know,
know
they
that.
everything to the boosters and everybody. They make sure that their players are taken care of regardless. Now they're saying they're not paying players, but you know, it's
We know they were paying players,
right,
but
allegedly,
now it's legal.
allegedly. But now it's legal, so they can really just come out with it. But that's good for college players, man. I believe that they work just as hard as the pros, man. I think they deserve a little bit more than getting an education.
Yeah, I definitely. Mr. Brown said that Cristiano Ronaldo, on his point of everything, like how he went about everything. But when you look at it, I was just paying attention to there's this college student down in for HBCU, and we're gonna talk about this on Heritage Sports Talk. So this is brought to you by Heritage Sports Talk. Uh, it's available on YouTube. Go hit your like button, your subscribe, and share it with your friends, please. It's also brought to you by Heritage Barbershop at 1620 Broadway, Sacramento, California. Plus, Akil's Imperial Cuts at 7444 Watt Avenue out there in the North Highlands District in Sacramento County. But I think what's cool is, and I think what's dope is that these students are able to take advantage of it. Now, you got to look at it this way too. Now, I don't have to just sit at one particular school anymore. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of students been doing this. They'll go get an NIL deal, and they'll
Which
say, "Hey, we'll give you whatever, 1 mil, 500,000, or whatever it is." They'll go play for that school for 1 year, and then they shift over. I think it does kind of mess up the I don't know, man. I was gonna say it messes up the continuity of how a program goes, but does it? Because pro ball is like that now, and that's in every sport now. All the players are shifting. So are they preparing them for the pros, or does it mess up the system of how the schools are run with the dominance of one school just running things?
well, it kind of kills that off now. You know, all those prominent teams like Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, all these popular colleges that were getting recruits from left to right. You know what I'm saying? Ole Miss, Tennessee, Texas, all these big colleges and organizations, they were getting all the talent. Now the talent is spread out, which is going to be better competition to me, I believe. Um, you know, and it's good for the players. If they're not happy where they're at, they can go elsewhere and make the same or not more money.
Right.
That's great for the students, for the kids, man. For them to be able to have opportunity to have an option rather than just going to a contender school and probably sitting red shirt in the first year. They can go somewhere else, a smaller school, and probably get paid more and start the first year of the season. So, you know, there's pros and cons to everything, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that, bro.
You're
Um,
right.
you know what I mean? So, you know, we got to see what outweighs what outweighs each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we'll see in the next 5 years and see how it goes now that they made everything legal and stuff. We'll see. I think the college season is going to be off the hook, man, to me.
I think so. I think it adds a little bit more excitement to it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
like I said, the talent spread out. Sac State is contender now.
Yeah.
We're getting bigger and bigger. We're getting recruits now. So yeah, man, we got a little money, man. We ain't been spending it. We've been losing a lot. Last few years, we just now built a solid team, man. So I think stuff like that helps colleges out like Sac State and the smaller divisional schools. To
Kind
get
of
those.
levels it a little bit, makes it a little bit more even playing ground. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Because Sac State ended up with like 50 mil for their NIL. So,
right.
for the sports programs and
That's
things
big.
like that. So
Big.
I
That's
definitely think it evens the playing ground, and you get an opportunity to see the talent that comes from these smaller cities or considered smaller schools or whatever it may be. So I definitely agree with you on that.
yeah, man. Shout out to Sac State, man.
Yes,
Football team
sir. They doing it over there with the bibbies and everything going on over there, man.
right
You
now,
know,
like man.
I want to give it up to Sac, man. Sacramento in general. A lot of people complain about Sacramento, man, but I want to give Sac some props on the moves that they have been making. And a lot of people complain about that shit. But the thing is this, and I said this a few episodes ago, when there's growth, there's pain. Pain comes with growth. There's failure that comes with growth. So as citizens and residents, let's be patient, y'all. Y'all been talking about y'all want shit to do in Sac. Sit
Man.
back, relax, and enjoy the damn ride. I mean, basically, that's all. Even with the athletics here and all that weird shit going on, enjoy it while it's here. Don't complain with other city that's sitting there with an MLB team. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, athletic. Sit your ass down because you knew you was coming to a small park too.
Yeah, and not only that, man, we got a new soccer stadium gonna get built over there by the rail yard, man. So that's gonna be another big addition to Sacramento lifestyle, Sacramento City, man, that people have something to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? Besides the A's being here, man. So man, we are definitely, like you said, man, in the last few midweek grinds, bro. Like Sacramento is a sports city, bro. Hands
It's a
down.
sports city, man.
That is a sports town, bro. We got too
All
many
the
athletes
way
out of Sacramento that's been
from,
successful in the leagues, NFL, MLB, soccer. The list goes on. Like we've known to breed ball players, and this, I believe, is a sports city, bro.
I mean, when you think about it, look how many people came from here, man, that got a name. You've got like the KJs, the Kevin Johnsons. You go to baseball. Oh, let's not talk about baseball. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the people that came here from you got the Greg Vaughns. Let's talk about the ones they really don't even talk about anymore. We got these kind of people that came from the Bakers, Dusty Bakers, and
Yeah,
I
man.
can keep going, man. And a lot of people forget that your boy Barnes is from Sacramento, and he was way better in football than he was basketball.
Right,
He's
that's
just
crazy.
incredible athlete. You know what I'm saying? He played baseball. He was off the hook in baseball. He went to Del Campo.
Yeah.
But
And
there's a lot, and then even out here, even out in my area in the Sutter County, man, you got the Staff brothers. They came from the Yuba City area and that area out there in Sutter. But and they play pro. Sac and surrounding areas, we have produced so many,
hell of athletes.
so many. I mean, I can go to my home in Highlands. When we came out here from the Bay Area, I could talk about the Odoms. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about, and it's just crazy because we act like we don't have these people. The stalwarts, we act like we don't have these people that came from here.
Shout out,
Shout out to all of them. To stand proud.
shout out to my boy
And
Legend.
that's real talk. Like Stan Brown, we need to do a special on that, man. When we just naming all these, we can just go through names. I think that'll be a dope ass show.
It will be, bro. Like I said, man, shout out to my boy Lance Briggs, man. I've been knowing that dude since he was
Breathe.
like great. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go. I mean, I ain't even hit the South area yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man, because when you talk about Sacramento, I remember because me coming up, I played basketball and baseball. And in baseball, and I'm not trying to throw like, oh, I was cool in baseball. I was hella good in baseball. And the crazy thing about it, I remember all the support we got from the parents, all the support we got from the community, even when we had to travel and go play other places outside of Sac would follow. You know what I'm saying? So let's be proud of who we are and let's be proud as a city, and just smile up on what we got and enjoy what's coming through with stays and with leaves. Like you said, we got the soccer team now. We got the Kings. We've been having the Kings for 40 something odd years. And I know we can complain about them because they make the weird moves and the odd moves. Let's give them another chance. But what city hasn't? There's only so many teams that have an NBA team.
Yes, sir. Moving along, man. We got the MLB today, man. Man, the Marlins beat the Giants again, man, 12-5. Man, yesterday's game was crazy. Matt Williams tried to make the go-ahead run to home, man, to win the game with my boy.
One out.
Yeah.
He get on base. He get the third base, and then you tell him to go home when it's pretty much an infield play. When you look at it,
he wasn't even facing the way he was supposed. I was like, he was all turned around. I'm like,
what are you doing?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know, man.
I don't know. Matt Williams is a heck of a player. He's one of the Giants' all-time great ball players that's played for their organization. So I love Matt Williams, man. I grew up watching him as a kid, man. So things happen in certain situations. Maybe the base runner could have been faster. You never know.
Yeah, I can see that.
But hey, I give it to him though. I'd rather be gutsy like that and try to win the ball game and send somebody like that. You just never know.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Playing with a little aggression, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather play lackluster, you know what I'm saying, not and play scary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at least play with some aggression. Mr. Brown said that the Marlins been hot offensively lately anyway, so that you know what I'm saying? So it really don't matter. They just been playing ball for the last couple of weeks. So
yeah, I mean, I want to shout out Rafael Devers because he's been swinging that bat ever since he got to the Giants with a couple home runs already, man, a few RBIs. He's known as the RBI king, man. So he's been doing his job, man, adding some offense to the Giants roster, and we're doing pretty good, man. We had a long stretch with the Marlins. We'll give him that, though. We'll get him back.
That'll be all right. They're gonna be all right.
Also, the Dodgers won 3-1 against the Rockies. I don't know if you seen it yesterday. It was raining out of nowhere, and they was playing in the rain.
I did see that part.
He lost the ball in the rain. You couldn't see it, and it just fell down right next to him.
I didn't see that part. I saw it started raining, but I got to go look at that one. That's hella funny.
Yeah, it was funny, man. It was like storming out of nowhere in Colorado, man. And all of a sudden, he had a pop fly in the air. He was looking up at it, looking up like he's going to catch it, and all of a sudden, he just stopped and put his head down. The ball just landed right next to him.
I just want them Charlie Brown ass moves.
Right, Charlie Brown play. That was a laugh, man.
Oh, man, that's funny.
But man, what do you think about the NBA Finals that just happened, man?
With OKC?
Yeah.
I think it was cool, man. I think OKC. I put it this way. This is how I feel. I think OKC is the model, right? But at the same time, OKC got to keep making their movements too, because everybody's trying to catch up with them, and they're not too far off. Like you got Houston. Houston just got Durant. That's a good ass move. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, OKC, I know they've got the picks and they've got this and that. So my point is, they're going to be there. They're not going nowhere. It's going to take the Houstons and the Wolves and even the Lakers and these teams in the West. Y'all got to make bomb ass moves with these younger players that know how to play on both sides of the ball to keep up with them.
Hey, we got a video I'm gonna go to real quick. Just breaking news. We're just gonna flip in this video. Magnificent one, Ricky Bang, with his prediction. And you tune into the mid. I actually have a prediction again.
Here he goes with his predictions. Okay, you were right about the Super Bowl. So
absolutely, right about a lot of things in life, and I'm gonna tell you, OKC is going all the way. They're gonna win the championship.
Hey, man! I want to give you some love. That's two. That's two on the year, but don't get too damn confident with that.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I'm right about a lot of things in life, man. You know what I'm saying? And sports is one of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And OKC, man. And I predicted it in 7 games.
Yes, you did. Hey, I do want to bring this up real quick, though, Rick. And congratulations on that prediction, because you did the Super Bowl, you did this. We'll see what you do for baseball. Now, when it comes to that online and the fun part of enjoying the sports in California, they're going to they're having a meeting, and a judgment, pretty much. They're having a quick judgment on the fact of if you can put wagers down.
Man, they better leave it alone like it is and let people play Prize Picks and all these fantasy sports out there, man. The fantasy stuff, man. It's fun, man. It's really fun. Makes you pay attention to sports. Like I watch highlights of sports every day. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. But I want so shout out, man. Much love to everybody who's tuned in right now, man, to the Midweek Grind every Thursday at 8 o'clock. The Midweek Grind with your boy Ricky Flies in the City and my boy Rodney Legendary Brown. Y'all hit him up at Instagram and also Fame. Instagram.
Yes, sir. Let's go. 8 p.m. every Thursday, about that time.
Yes, sir. Next one.